Yo, what's up? I'm feeling like making a video about just what characters in Honkai Star Rail should have been, but aren't, and are but shouldn't be 5-star. Just based on what I know currently in 2.5, obviously spoilers for up to the 2.5 storyline, and possibly past that, but like, just generally characters I think should have been up there. The main tiers should have always been 5-star, which is characters that, as you can see, they should never have been 4-star. Why are they 4-star? They should have been 5-star. One of the getting stabbed is characters that will very likely get a 5-star variant, like Dan Hung and Ting Yun's getting Fugu soon. 5-star in another timeline is characters that could be 5-star, but aren't in this timeline. Should stay 4-star as just characters that really just, they're fine where they are. They don't need to change at all, ever. Keep them 4-star. How are we even 5-star as 5-star characters that are just like, why? Why are you 5-star? You don't match this at all. Why are you here? And so, let's get started. Well, my first thought is Asta. She's like Herta's second in command. I don't think Herta currently, or any of the others except for like Rowan May are 5-star. They're like the only Herta space station characters I can think of. And really, the lead researcher, I feel like it could have been a 5-star. She really could have been. She was just unfortunate enough not to be. Herta, I'm pretty sure there's already stuff suggesting she will be 5-star, including an image I'll put up now that looks like Herta as a 5-star. Really, I think Herta, from the very beginning of the game, it's always been suggested that she was an emanator, and everyone knows the emanators are absolutely insane with how strong they are. So it only makes sense that Herta's gonna get stabbed soon. Bronya, I mean, she's a Supreme Guardian of Belobog. She's like the leader. She has massive influence on the previous Supreme Guardian. It only really makes sense. Oh, now that I think about it, there's no tier for, there's no tier for is a 5-star. I'm just gonna put that in grey down here. Makes sense. Bronya, I think, will, has and always will make sense as a 5-star. Ciela, I feel like, could have gone both ways. She's currently the only limited 5-star on Belobog. Every other character is standard banner 5-star. But, Zila, I think, really she's just like the main combatant for Wildfire. She's not really super insane. Her powers are strong, but she's only really got those powers so she could be 5-star. She's, from what I know, she's also, Bronya and Zila are both exports from Honkai Impact 3rd, which I think is really the reason they're 5-star here. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think Zila should have been 5-star. That might just be me taking out my anger on how much I had to try to get her in 1.0, though. Pain. Saval, she's not really that important. She was an ex-architect, though. She could have been. She definitely could have been 5-star. What is Saval? She's lead guitarist for a band in Belobog. She's an ex-architect who was researching the Stellaron, but got kicked out by Cocolia. Honestly, I don't think she really has any redeeming qualities that would make her worth being a 5-star. None that I can think of, except a cool looking design. Japad, I mean, he's the lead of, the, like, Silvermane Guards. He's the head guard. Or commander? I don't know what you would call him. But, I don't really think anything would have changed. I think, honestly, he makes sense where he is. Natasha. Honestly, Natasha, I feel like she's the lead of Wildfire. But if she's the lead of Wildfire, but she's a 4-star, why is just some random, like, damage dealer from Wildfire there? She's basically just an officer. Seala's basically just an officer. Why is the actual leader of Wildfire, who's also a healer, not a 5-star? I really think Natasha should have been. She should have always been a 5-star. Uh, Pela, I don't think really has any crowning accomplishments, really. There's nothing that I can think of about Pela that really makes her stand out among anyone. I think she should just stay a 4-star, honestly. Clara. I, she's a cool character. Get the kid some shoes. But, she's not really the whole reason people want her character. The reason people want her is Svarog, which is also the only reason she's strong. Like, the father-daughter sort of thing there, like, the relationship there is really wholesome. But, like, how the hell is Clara a 5-star? Why is Clara a 5-star? Svarog's the only real... Svarog should have been the 5-star here, if anything. Sampo Koski. Really... Sampo, I think, is a really interesting character. Because, again, spoilers for Penacony and all that, up to 2.5, blah blah blah. Sampo is a masked fool, which is absolutely confirmed now by the Black Swan story quest. So, really, it's strange because he's always traversing throughout Belobog and Euro 6, but no one's ever really there to scold him. And after the Black Swan story quest, it's shown that Sampo actually is in Penacony, and he's going to meet Sparkle to get his mask back. But, like, the real question is, how did he meet Sparkle to begin with? How long has he been a masked fool? Because clearly, to be a masked fool, he would need to know about the annihilation. That bit makes sense. He'd need to have a mask. He can just make one in his own spare time. But, like, how? How does he know Sparkle? Because there's no way they just met on Penacony. Because we meet Sparkle on Penacony pretending to be Sampo, and she's doing well to the point she tricks us. So they've clearly known each other at least a while. I'm thinking Sampo's like hundreds of years old, honestly. Like, dude's like an emanator or something and of elation, and he's just like really overpowered, but decides to be like a cheeky little bitch about it. Honestly, I think Sampo, I reckon he's gonna get stabbed soon, and put on a mask and just start beating the shit out of everyone nearby. The Trailblazer, we've literally got a Stellaron inside of us. It makes sense that we're there. Hook, she's like the leader of a kids club. She's really not that interesting. I'm gonna be honest. She may be a little gremlin. She's also a terrorist though, so like, I reckon Hook could have been 5-star in another timeline. The Watcher, The Watcher. Pretty sure he's another Honkai Impact 3rd export. It only really makes sense that he's 5-star. He carries around like his dead friend's corpse. He doesn't really stick out too much in Honkai Star Rail. But I think it makes sense for him to be 5-star. Jingyuan is literally the general of the Xianzhou Lawfu. He was always bound to be a 5-star. He's not changing. Yanqing is Jingyuan's, I guess retainer? I don't know if retainer is the right word for it. Disciple? Disciple. We'll go with disciple. But like, honestly, from seeing like Yunli and all that, it does make sense why Yanqing is a 5-star. I think it makes perfect sense, really. And I think he should keep that title. Bailu. I hate you. Like, I despise you. I genuinely hate Bailu with a passion. I've got like E2S1 on my main. I'm very annoyed about it. I do not like Bailu. She's Vidyadhara High Elder, but she's not really got the power of it. She's got the healing of it. I think being the High Elder makes sense, but she doesn't really do much. I think being the High Elder is really the only thing that got her through. I think maybe someday they'll get her stabbed and she'll turn into a good 5-star. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. It's 5-star, but I'm hoping they get stabbed and turn into a better 5-star. Ting Yun. Just going off what we already knew, they would be in the when are they getting stabbed category, but we already saw them get their neck snapped, so it doesn't really matter, you know? Fun fact, when Fugu releases, which is the 5-star Ting Yun, it'll have actually been 10 versions since Ting Yun died, or maybe 11? I'm pretty sure it happened back in 1.2. But, Ting Yun, Amakasada? I think it's Amakasada. But, really, she doesn't really need anything. 5-star in another timeline, I think, suits her. Because just being, like, a good merchant doesn't really make you 5-star worthy. But I reckon in another timeline she could have been. Kingsway... Kingsway, I don't really see any redeeming qualities of it that would make her a 5-star. At least not a good one. Really, she's just really lazy and doesn't want to do her job. It's basically the whole gist of Kingsway. I think she should stay a 4-star, honestly. I'm not gonna make the common Sushan joke, but know I'm thinking it. Just know I'm thinking of the joke. That'll help you out a little on what I'm thinking here. Pretty sure she was just, like, removed, transferred from one of the other Xianzhou ships onto the Xianzhou, Luofu. She doesn't really do anything impressive, except being a Cloud Knight. That's not really, you know, not really a crowning achievement. We see, like, tens, if not hundreds of them throughout the Xianzhou. I'd say Sushang should stay a 4-star. Still, by proxy of being female Kalis, and vice versa, Kalis being male Stell, I would say, yeah, keep her there as well. Yukong, she's quite literally, like, the leader of the, she's basically the second in charge on the Xianzhou. The General Jing Yuan interrupting was the only reason we weren't immediately kicked out during the Luofu story quest. So honestly, I reckon Yukong, in another timeline, or even possibly should have always been a 5-star. I'm not really sure why they chose to make her a 4-star, because I reckon her character design, she would have sold well, and her kid's not bad either. But just generally speaking, lore-wise, I think it honestly makes a lot of sense that Yukong always should have been 5-star. March 7th. I'm just generally gonna put Dan Hung in when are they getting stabbed, because that's literally what happened to him. March 7th though. I reckon for now she should stay 4-star. But once she gets a 5-star variant, assuming no other characters hop onto the Express by that point, and like stay and travel with us, March 7th will most likely someday get her memories back and become a 5-star. I reckon that's going to be a major plot point at some point in the future. Though I can't be for sure when. It could happen at 3.x, it could happen at 4.x, it could happen 6 years from now. It could happen in like 2030, bro. Really, I think it's just a matter of when they're getting stabbed. Himiko, I mean, she's the navigator of the Astral Express. And she rebuilt it herself on the planet she comes from. Plus, she's a Honkai Impact 3rd XP, or export. I think she very much deserves being a 5-star. Well, like, this dude literally traversed universes and ended up in the Honkai Impact, in the Honkai Star Rail one. Like, it's not even a case of, like, he's an export from Honkai Impact 3rd. It is literally, he was taken from the Honkai Impact 3rd world and put into the Honkai Star Rail one. He just ain't there no more. He is very deserving of being a 5-star. Kafka is quite literally a Stellaron Hunter, if not like the lead Stellaron Hunter. And honestly, I think just by that, all the Stellaron Hunters really just deserve to be 5-star. That is my thought. Silverwolf, I think, could have been a 4-star. I think how he even 5-star fits Silverwolf pretty well, because she doesn't really have much backstory yet. She hacks reality, but that, I'd say, is probably more so a consequence of her power and wanting to make her sell well. Arlen? Who's this again? Anyways, 4-star. Blade? As part of in the High Cloud Quintet, this dude is effectively immortal, and as a human that's been alive for 700 plus years, the fact anyone could even think for a second that Blade should be downgraded from 5-star is insane. Luke is literally just a boxing champion. He deserves to stay in 4-star. Dan Hung in Bible Lune. Quite literally just Dan Hung, but 5-star. Which is like the whole point of this tier list, actually. I'm putting him back. Fushuan, head of the Divination Commission, but like... Okay, her feat of like stopping a bunch of bullets in the air was pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't really know if she deserves to be 5-star. Honestly, I think Fushuan's like, Lynx is the youngest sibling of the Landaus, which is Japad and Zaval, one 5-star, one 4-star. She doesn't really do anything that would make her worth being anything other than a 4-star. Like, she kind of just goes camping with outdated fish cans and tuna. She should stay a 4-star. Gwyneth's a very popular streamer. She's literally just a Twitch streamer, bro. She's literally just a Twitch streamer. But honestly, I think just from that, it makes sense that she's a 4-star. But I think in another timeline, from the whole being a popular streamer on the Cienjo, or on the Lawfu, I don't know if it's a Cienjo as a whole, but or Lawfu specifically, but I reckon she could have been a 5-star in another timeline. Jingli Yu, the woman who is constantly trying to massacre Blade, is part of the High Cloud Quintet, which is, by the way, the High Cloud Quintet consists of, Yingxing, or Blade, Dan Feng, or Dan Hung in Bible Lune, Jing Yuan, Jing Liu, and Bai Hung, which isn't confirmed to be a playable character, but there is theories that Bailu is Bai Hung and is the reincarnated Viadora version of Bai Hung from 700 years ago. I reckon Jingli, it only really makes sense that she stays a 5-star. Shui Yi, I'm kind of surprised she's not a 5-star. I mean, she's a pretty, like, high profile member of the, what's it called? Not the Cloud Knights. The 10 Judges Commission. She's pretty high profile there. Honestly, I think, when are they getting stabbed for that 800th time? Because Shui Yi, as a pretty top, like, she's an impressive character. Let's just say that. I reckon she deserves to be a 5-star at some point. Topaz. I mean, considering the IPC has the 10 Stone Hearts, which kind of remind me of, like, the 11 Fatui Harbingers from Snezhnaya, I reckon her being a 10 Stone Heart makes it make a lot of sense as to why she's a 5-star. But staying 5-star. Yes, I know there's a lot of characters that are like staying 5-star, but to be fair, there's a lot of 5-stars that just deserve where they are. Argenti, honestly, he's not even an emanator, I don't think. He's literally just some guy that follows or strides the path of beauty, following Idrila the Beauty. Honestly, I don't think he really deserves to be a 5-star. I can't think of any crowning achievements other than showing up a lot. Hell, he doesn't even really do much when he shows up. I genuinely kind of surprised that Argenti is a 5-star. Even more so a limited 5-star. Hanya, by proxy of being Shui Yi's sister and another member of the 10 Judges Commission. Honestly, I don't really know who's more in there. But honestly, I think she probably should have always been a 5-star. She just has that vibe of being a 5-star. Like, if I saw her for the first time and I didn't know, and someone asked me if she was 4 or 5-star, I'd probably say 5-star. She just looks like she fits it. How about though, even if she is a member of the 10 Judges Commission, she's like a skitty yet. The Heliobus possessing her tail is really the only impressive part of her. Honestly, I'm shocked that she is a 5-star. It's strange to me. I don't think she should be. Ruan Mei is a high-class scholar that is literally studying to be an Aeon. I think it only makes sense. Dr. Ratio is a scholar of the Intelligentsia Guild inside, or working with, or allied with the IPC, or Interterrestrial Peace Corporation. I think he really should stay 5-star, honestly. Black Swan. She's a memo keeper. I don't think that makes you an emanator of remembrance, but it makes you at least somewhat important to the path of remembrance. And I think she deserves the 5-star status. Misha's a really interesting one because with his story we learn a lot about him. Yes, that's a him. I know, shocking. But I feel like he really should have been a 5-star with how much like story he got and the character development there. I think honestly Misha always should have been a 5-star, and he should get a buff to his kit because I still think he would work really well with Dan Hung and Babylone and Sparkle. Change my mind, you cannot. Sparkle, she's got the same profession as Hook, honestly. That's the best way to explain it. I would say, whoop, stay in a 5-star. Acheron, I don't even need to explain. Aventurine, I think if I were to change him, I would also have to change Topaz. I think I'm gonna change out a few, and I think those would be Yanqing, Luocha, Topaz, Dr. Ratio, Black Swan, Sparkle, and Aventurine. Just because these characters are like, they could be 5-star, they could stay 5-star, but like, Yanqing is still learning, Lorch has not really made any impressive accomplishments. Aventurine is just a gambler. Topaz is a deck collector. Dr. Rishi is just a really smart guy. Sparkle's a masterful, I reckon she could stay, honestly. Black Swan, you could make a case for there being a lot of memo keepers, considering there was at least 2 on Penacony during the story quests. Gallagher, I am honestly shocked that a history fictionologist was not a 5-star. He literally just writes world history. It's kind of insane. And he's a follower of the Era of Enigmata. I wouldn't be surprised if he was an Emanator, but I don't think he is. I don't think history fictionologists are technically followers of Enigmata, but they're still very powerful. Boothill, poor soul, honestly, feel terrible for bro. He got just done dirty by the IPC. I'm gonna put him in stay 5-star, because with a backstory, like his whole family being murdered by the IPC and his home planet being like basically drilled for oil, honestly, dude's revenge plan is totally understandable. I can fully understand why he hates like Topaz and Aventurine so much. Funnily enough, I'm pretty sure he's actually like chill with Topaz. Because fun fact, Topaz in the IPC when like graduating from her classes, she passed every class with flying colors, except for business ethics, which she literally just skipped because business ethics are literally just the classes that make you morally corrupt. She just skipped those classes. Robin, sure, she's really famous across a lot of worlds, but it feels like you could definitely make a case for her being 5-star, 4-star. But honestly, I'm surprised that just a really popular singer made it to being a 5-star to begin with. That's like shocking to me. Firefly, again, Stellar Hunter. Blade is terrified of her. Sam is overpowered as hell. And also, no comment. Jade. By proxy of being IPC, it's kind of weird that she's 5-star. But honestly, I think she's going to go in How Are You Even 5-star? Just because she had no introduction, she had like one scene throughout all of Penacony, which was talking to, I think, Firefly. And nothing really interesting happened there. Jiaochu. Jiaochu. I don't really... He's a strong healer. He's a Foxian. I don't think that makes anyone a 5-star. Honestly, I think Jiaochu belongs in How Are You Even 5-star, because he doesn't really have any impressive stuff except for like having correlation with Fei Xiao, which didn't get Mo's into the 5-star category. So like, Mo's kind of got scammed, or Jiaochu has been scamming. Yun Li, again, I think you could make a strong case for her being downgraded to 4-star. Fun fact, she's actually Yingxing / Blade's niece, which is really funny. Because, okay, I'm gonna swap the way they're facing, because it just seems funnier. Then again, I think keeping it like this, they like match up. The hair matches up there. March 7th, again, when are you getting stabbed? Though I think you could make a strong case for her being moved. Okay, what have I done just now? Like that. Make a strong case. I like how they've done making March 7th a 4-star character that can swap between them all. Because it's similar to how we do it as the Trailblazer, but she'll probably be the only 4-star that can ever do that. Until she eventually gets a 5-star thing, which I reckon she will. I reckon they'll name it March 8th. I just really hope they don't do anything in September. Fei Xiao. She's like literally just got the same position as Jing Yuan, but for another Xianzhou ship. It really only makes sense for her to be a 5-star. Especially with the whole thing of being like a criminal, not criminal, but like slave. Lin Sha. She's literally just like a new healer, right? I'm honestly shocked she's a. Is it like a thing of every Vidyadhara gets to be 5-star? Like, oh, you're a Vidyadhara, free pass to 5-star them? Like, kinda crazy. She's just a strong healer. I reckon she. I reckon being Vidyadhara makes sense for her being 5-star, but I reckon you could still make a strong case for her being swapped to 4-star. And Mose, I think, is just a really strong hitman. I think you could definitely make a case for him being 5-star in another timeline. So, honestly, out of all of these characters, I think, like, you could make a really strong case for a different placement for them. Probably Hanya. Yeah, Hanya, Shui Yi, Hook, Gwynaifen, maybe Luca, Fushuan, Zilla maybe, Silverwolf being a Stellar Hunter, Jade, Topaz, and Aventurine for being 10 Stone Hearts, and maybe Black Swan. I think of the characters I really am like, but like, do they really fit there? But, without further ado, I just made this video because I don't want you all dying of thirst for my videos, because I know you love me. Yep. So, without further ado, peace, bitches.